Good morning and welcome to everyone. We invite you into our spiritual community of hope, courage, and compassion. Now, let's take a deep breath as we light this candle. And release it as we ready our hearts and minds to enter this precious space together. Today's service is themed, it's a wrap. And as we are wrapping up 2023 and we are soon to head into 2024, what do we want to take with us? What gifts do we want to take with us as we go forward? What do we maybe want to leave behind? Maybe that fruitcake. And what would we like to re-gift? As George Harrison just sang, will one of those things be peace, hope, or love? And now Lisa will do our reading.
The Gift of Giving by Frank Sonnenberg. Give out of love, not obligation. Give when it's least expected. Give without strings attached. Give from your heart. Give of yourself. Give to show you care. Give help without causing helplessness. Give something that takes personal sacrifice. Give to make a difference. Give without keeping score. Give for no reason at all. Give a little if you can't give a lot. Give without attracting attention to yourself. Give without being asked. Give of your experience. And give to those who need it most. And now we bring you Greg Olson.
I am Greg Olson, and I'm just going to repeat the questions that are going to be addressed. What do you want to wrap and take with you into 2024? What do you want to wrap and leave behind? And what do you want to wrap and regift? And to whom and why? So we'd like to hear from you all. Please use the reaction button below and raise your hand, and it will bring you to the top of my screen. I'll call on you, and you can tell us what you want to wrap and leave behind. So let's see if we have, oh, okay. Carol, yes.
Well, there are two things from 2023 I'd like to stuff into an old kitty litter box, wrap in old soggy newspapers, and chuck into the trash can. The first is my daughter's breast cancer, which was successfully removed with a lumpectomy. And the second is the crippling pain of sciatica, which left me bedbound for months. I say good riddance. There aren't enough boxes to contain all of the gifts I've received that I'd like to take with me into 2024. I'd like to wrap each one in shimmering, glitter-covered paper. One would be the miraculous beauty of wildflowers blooming in the spring. Another would be the caring friendships of my neighbors and members of this fellowship. And another would be good health for everyone. When I think of re-gifting, I think of the gifts people get that they hate. They really don't like them, so they rewrap them and give them to somebody else, hoping maybe that person will like them. Well, maybe they would, and maybe they wouldn't. And if they don't, they rewrap them and give them to somebody else, and that rewrapping goes on to eternity. Instead, I'm thinking about all the gifts I've received, rewrapping them and giving them to everyone. One would be membership in a caring community like this fellowship. Another would be gratitude for all of the people who keep those communities going, like you all. And the third would be good health for everyone and peace on earth. That's all. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you, Carol. Very nice. Well, let's see. David, did you want to let's hear from you? Yes.
Thank you, Greg, and good morning to everyone. I think what I'm trying to get rid of, leave behind, I think I'm going to try and leave most of my self-pity behind. You know, sometimes you get that feeling but I'm going to be selfish and keep just a little bit. But you know, over the last couple of months, there's been so much distress, turmoil, war, and unrest in the world that my small inconveniences pale in comparison. So the next time I'm irritated because the newspaper's late or somebody cuts me off in traffic, I'm gonna stop and think, I've got a place to go to, I've got food, I don't have to worry about medical care. What am I going to wrap and take with me into 2024? Well, I think my pets. They're getting older, but they're still active and healthy. But at the age we are, these probably will be the last I have, possibly, and I want to make sure that I fully enjoy them for the remaining years that we'll be together. And I'm also going to try and apply this to everyone I value. So. And last but not least, what am I going to wrap and regift to someone else? My pass along gift is physical, spiritual, and kind of mental, and it marks the realization that we'll probably never really accomplish all of our goals. When I was a freshman in college, my logic teacher introduced me to Will and Ariel Durant's The Story of Civilization, and this was, a great 11-volume set that tried to cover, the history of Western civilization. And it seemed like just the pinnacle of learning and scholarship at the time for me. And several years later, I was able to purchase a set. And throughout, 50 years later, I still haven't fully read them. I'll pull one out occasionally and read a chapter, but it's so studious. But what I want to do is find someone, hopefully a young person, and foolish and naive as I was, to give them to. So if anyone knows of anyone young or old who might want and use them, please let me know. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, thank you, David. Let's see. Martin, did you want to answer the questions? I think you're muted, Martin. Yeah.
Mine is short. What do you want to wrap and take with you into 2024? I'm saying an acceptance of death, dying, and being infirm. What do you want to wrap and leave behind? Death, dying, and being infirm. What do you want to wrap and regift? To whom and why? Health, optimism, and acceptance to everyone, because there is no way out but through.
Wow.
So Merry Chris Kwan Han Solzamas Akastis and a Happy New Year.
Very good. Thank you, Martin. Okay, let's see. Richard.
Well, good morning, everybody. I guess taking into 2024, what I want to do, the gift I want to take, and it surely is a gift, is Vera, my wife. I want to wrap her up and take her into 2024 and see what kind of mischief we can get into in the new year. In terms of what I want to leave behind, I want to leave 52 bottles of wine. That sounds like a lot, but it's only one a week, 4 glasses a week. I believe I can do it, and I should do it. Now, the hard one is about regifting something. As Carol said, you get gifts that you don't really like and maybe want to regift those. Well, this isn't in that category. I've had the gift of good health, and I really view it as a gift. I had nothing to do about it, really. I mean, I think it's probably genetic, but I've had good health all my life. And if I could, which I can't, but if I could regift some of that good health and give it to our adult children who haven't been as fortunate as me, that's what I would do. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you, Richard. Very nice. Michael, yes. Let's see, you're muted still, but let's see. You're still muted, Michael. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have two computers in the same room, we can't have both microphones on. So what I would like to leave in the past, wrap up and leave in the past, and this is just a wish to send out to the universe, is that I have this peculiar legacy trauma reaction that shows up once in a while and causes me and people I love a lot of trouble. When something happens and that I don't like, I stop thinking straight. And I think nobody cares for me and everybody wants to hurt me. And it takes me quite a while sometimes to come to my senses and see things from a more rational point of view. And the reality is, almost all the time when that happens, I'm completely wrong. Completely wrong. So if I could never do that again, I'd be happy for how it affects me and for how it affects other people. For what I want to wrap up and keep is I have been on this journey of exploring my musical creativity for like 2 years now. And it's a much richer and more satisfying experience than I had expected it to be. And I mean to keep that. And either I'm just stupid or selfish. I can't think of anything that I want to regift. So think what you will of that.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thank you, Michael.
when you are finished, would everybody take your hand down? And now we're ready for more people to raise their hand.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Sylvia, yes.
Okay, what will I wrap and take into 2024? The relationships with my fellowship friends, including all their positive energy and their kindness. What will I wrap and leave behind? This one is a difficult one for me. Because I'm parting with my parents' china, glassware, molds. After all these years, I realized what I probably knew all along. What's more important are my memories and not the physical things in all those boxes. What will I wrap and regift? Earlier, I mentioned our fellowship, the positive energy. I would like to gift this energy to 5 like-minded people who in turn will become new supporting members. And why? We want our fellowship to grow in numbers and participation.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Sylvia. Very good. Let's see. Mike, yes. What do you have to say? Yes.
Sure. Things I'd like to take with me into 2024. Well, first, just as people are saying, the wonderful and strong relationships we all have, family, friends, community, and this group. I'd like to take my self-care exercise habits and good health, a sense of gratitude, hope, and a sense of humor, because we're really going to need them in 2024. And finally, democracy. I'd really like to have a sense of hope in the future of democracy at this point next year. That would be good to have. Things to wrap and leave behind. Excessive worry and stress, any old grudges, self-limitations. Some of the clutter in my room, including all those old VCR tapes. Any food or spices in the cabinet that have a label that says best if used by 2020. My enormous 2023 to-do list and email inbox. And finally, my book on how to learn Klingon, because that's just not going to happen. What would I want to wrap and regift? to other people. Some of the books have a positive impact on my life, sense of hope and gratitude and curiosity. And I went to Extinction Rebellion meeting yesterday on climate change, and they talked about their hope for a non-hierarchical society. And I thought, except maybe one hierarchy we can continue is the teacher-student hierarchy. So I'd like to regift some insights, experience, and some good advice to other people. That's it.
Very good. Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Let's see. Anyone else? I guess I could participate here too. So let's see now, what do I want to wrap and take with me into 2024? Well, I've been working on a book for some time now, probably more than 40 years, but I think 2024 will be the year that at least I'll have a draft done, hopefully. And so let's see, what do I want to wrap and leave behind? Well, I think several people have mentioned it, just the suffering worldwide that's just devastating for many. And I think David mentioned that he doesn't feel quite so taken. He doesn't feel that things are really that major because of what other people have experienced in different parts of the world. And I feel the same way. I mean, I've got a roof over my head and we have enough to eat and so on. So I'm grateful for that. So what do I want to wrap and re-gift? Well, I was thinking more like my hope is that people can develop more of the potential that exists to learn about, what's the importance of health and the importance of truth and so on. So I think wrapping really what we have going here for our fellowship is important. This is a gift, and I've enjoyed it over the last 3 years now, and I certainly want it to continue. So I think that'd be a wonderful thing to continue with. So let's see. Oh, okay. Then that's my answer. Here's Elisa. Lisa.
What I'd like to wrap and leave behind, maybe not even wrap, is my marriage. It's finally done. You've all heard too much about it. I apologize for that. And it feels good to be free. Wrap and take with me. Self-sufficiency. Wow, what a concept. And independence and confidence. I feel like I'm getting some of that back, and being in this group has really helped me with confidence. So thank you all for your always positive feedback, even when you don't want to say the positive things, you do it. So thank you for that. Wrap and regift. I'm not regifting it in terms of getting rid of it. I'm keeping a part of it and giving it to everybody who can actually hear this. I don't listen to the stories in my head as much anymore. When I hear the stories in my head, I am now able to look at them as stories and then just watch them go away. And I wish that everyone could have that superpower. It's not as hard as you think it is. I also want to say to Richard Love, thank you so much for what you said. You make me believe that husbands can be wonderful things, and quite a few of you other guys too. So thank you for that.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Lisa.
I don't know how to put up the yellow hand.
Oh, yeah, Pamela. Yes, please.
Can
yes.
I talk? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This has just been a real rough year for me. I lost my husband September of 22, so I'm just kind of getting over that. And what to wrap and take with me, I I'm on the cusp of, do I move? Get a smaller house? I love where I'm at, and I've always felt like I've had all my ducks in a row, and I just don't right now. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm going to do, but I think I want to leave behind some of that indecisiveness and sadness, and I'm certainly not looking forward to dating again. We had 35 years together, and I'm pretty independent and happy on my own, but I do want to make more friends, be they male or female. Someone said something about gratitude. I'm taking a grief class. It's once a week at the Buda Presbyterian Church. You didn't have to be a member. Oh, Episcopalian Church. And there's 6 of us participating in that. And that's helped a lot. Different people with, one poor woman has lost 3 husbands. And just talking about things that have happened and things to look forward to. I was all set to do several things this weekend, and Friday I find out I caught COVID. After 5 vaccinations, I have no idea where I got it, but I was able to get to HEB and get the Paxlovid and all the other stuff. And so I stopped coughing and never really did have a fever, but he had me taking prednisone too for some reason. And that really has helped some of my pain in my back and legs. So I don't know what, I just seem trying to be a little more feeling better about the future. So I really am looking forward to leaving 2023 behind.
Right.
And just happy I'm in this group. So thank you all.
Yeah, well,
Namaste.
thank you, Pamela. Let's see. I think Dagmar had her hand raised, and after Dagmar would be Susan. So Dagmar?
Good morning. Do I wish that I had done better homework? You all are so articulate, and I am unprepared and speaking off the top of my head. What would I leave behind? I find that I want to leave behind all grudges and resentments, one that cannot get too old to be slighted, to be injured, to be hurt, and probably not even intentionally. So I'm giving all of this away. What do I want to take forward? I want to take forward the good relationships I have, and recently have increased the number of those good relationships. And I want to take those forward with me. And if I can, nurture them. And what do I regift? I've never been big on regifting, but everything I have in a way has been given to me. Even if it was earned, it was given because I had the skills and the energy to do things. That's a gift. So I often say, when I died, that's going to be one hell of a garage sale. So when people ask me now, or when they say, you know, boy, I like that, I'm as likely as not to say, take it with you.
Wow. Very good. Thank you, Dagmar. Let's see. Susan. Yes, Susan, did you want to?
I do. Thanks, Greg. Dagmar, I'm completely unprepared as well, but it won't be nearly as fluid as other people or as yours. One thing I do want to leave behind is comparisons. It doesn't do you any good to look at how somebody else's career is taken off, or how somebody else's travel is better, or even comparison to where I thought I would be versus where I am. It tends to cloud, I think, your judgment, much like fake book where you're just getting everybody's best version of things, and it's not really fair to compare to the realities of life. So that's one thing I definitely want to leave behind. And I want to leave behind obstacles, because yes, they're real, but the fact that they are immovable is real. So I want to leave that behind. One thing I definitely want to take with me, Pamela, is prednisone. It cures everything for a little while. Little joke. But I do want to take with me definitely my memories. I was blessed with a family that I loved, who loved me back, and amazing friendships and perfect pets, amazing careers. So those are things to be remembered with a big heart. But I also want to take with me the drive and belief in creating new ones that are just as spectacular. As far as regifting, I looked at it, I guess, a little bit differently. I didn't think of it as regifting, like, I don't want it, but I'll pass it forward, but more like, some of you did this as well. Just, what do I want to maybe regift? Because I'll divide it up within myself and regift it to people that I love. One is really hard for me, but I've had to learn to be good with it, which is to get more comfortable being on the receiving end of empathy or just help. We all go through tough times, and we all want to be the one helping, but it's also nice to let people help you for them. But it's sometimes you need it, and I've been fortunate enough to accept it, and I'm very grateful for that. Which brings me to gratitude. It's been beat to death, the word, but if you really practice it, it's extraordinary, the miraculous work it can do in your heart. Laughter, always. And I think probably one of the most transformative, positive things for 2023 for me has been this deeper dive I've done into volunteering. It changes everything on the days that I do it. And I do just a couple of things now. I do Meals on Wheels, which is affirming, and then I volunteer for this organization that helps educators. And it really reminds you to put your own troubles in perspective, like many of you have touched upon. So I would gift that to everybody to go and get that. Find something you're passionate about, find somebody who needs it, and put your magic in a blender with somebody who needs that magic, and maybe solve a little bit of the world's problem by a little bit of light.
Wow. Very good. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Let's see. Mary, did you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you. Susan, you're magical, and this fellowship's magical. So I want to take that with us into 2024. And our tagline is hope, courage, and compassion, a spiritual community of hope, courage, and compassion. And I really want to take that forward. Hope, because we need it. Courage, because we need it. And compassion, because we all need that as well. So those are the things I'd like to take with me, along with experiences, travels, fun with family. And we've just talked about memories. We've just got so many, and I treasure that and value that so much. And more spiritual experiences, a more spiritual life I would like to move into 2024 with. What I'd like to leave behind is unnecessary self-criticism as well as unnecessary criticism. And then re-gift. It's to somebody near and dear to me, not Michael, and I'm not going to tell you who, but I would like to regift to this person using their voice, setting boundaries, and having confidence in their self and their decisions. And that person's, like I said, very near and dear to me, and I know they'll get there. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Mary. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else that wants to contribute, or maybe we should
I think Sarah wants
Right.
to.
I see Debbie. See Debbie?
oh, Debbie, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
And also Sarah.
oh, okay. Go ahead, sure.
Who? Who's going ahead?
Oh, well, Debbie, why don't you start and then, yeah,
Okay, and I'm not muted, right?
you're
Not
not muted, yes.
Okay. What I would like to wrap up and leave behind are occasional feelings of loneliness and jealousy, and maybe despair about the way the world is, although I don't think I can get rid of that one. So I will wrap up and leave behind occasional feelings of loneliness, jealousy, and a bit of comparison, which I stole from Susan just now, and maybe some judgmentalism that will be wrapped up and left behind. And what I would like to wrap up and keep are my friendships and my appreciation for friendships and appreciations for nature and the world and what I have, and appreciation for curiosity and knowledge and health, and all of those things that I want to wrap up and keep for myself are things that don't diminish if you share them. And so that's what I want to wrap up and regift our gratitude, appreciation for friendship, for knowledge, curiosity. And I would like to be able to regift those things to my grandchildren, which I know is hard to do because a lot of that is a matter of maturity. But if there's any way I could help have them learn that kind of appreciation and gratitude, I would like to be able to do that. And that's it. Happy New Year.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. And let's see, was it Sarah was next? Is it? Yeah. Okay, you're muted, Sarah. So, yeah. Let's see, you're still muted. Let's see. Should be a lower left. There should be an icon that you can click on, or let's see.
Hey, Sarah, press your space bar. There you go.
I think I did it. Okay.
Okay, very
You
good.
can hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying this is a brave choice for me. The bigger the group gets, the harder it is to speak. What I'm going to leave behind is I lost my husband 4 years ago, and I have spent 4 years trying to, resolve unresolved issues. And I have finally done that and know where I stand and where I want to be. So that I am leaving in 2023, and it's a good feeling. In terms of what I want to bring forward, I hope I'll always look at the world in terms of just letting your perceptions go where they lead. For example, if you're walking along a sidewalk and there's a small flower growing out of the crack, take a moment to see that and be grateful for it. That sounds like a platitude, but I just really have always tried to keep my life simple, and I will bring that forward in 2024. In terms of regifting, I would like my daughters to feel stronger within themselves, know who they are, let go of the things that hold them back, and come to view that life is a gift and there are so many things they already have. So, and that's it for me.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Let's see. Anyone else? Oh, Joan, did you want to speak?
Yes, good morning. If I could re-gift something, I would re-gift the gift of mobility
to two people in my life I care a great deal about, and that's Karen Strupp, and who's, hello, I'm glad you're here today, and mobility to my brother, who has lost ability to drive, dance, even walk without a walker, just in the last month. So I would re-gift what they had, and that would be their mobility. What I want to leave behind is the inability to let go of things, and I mean things, not people, not emotions, not anything like that, but things in my life, material things that I have held on to for years. You know, my grandmother's hat and purse, and my daddy's shirt, and things that just are hard to let go of. I want to just take pictures of them and let them go. And what I would take forward with me into 24 is my new habits that I formed around my health, and a vision of good health, visions in my parts of my meditation daily, visualizing a world that's not fighting in their administrations and in their in wars. And I would like to take forward the acceptance of the hard stuff that comes up, as Martin said. Acceptance is really important. I work daily with accepting pain, and scoliosis that I was born with that causes muscle spasms that I don't like. I want to take forward dancing. I just love to watch people dance and love to enjoy the joy that they're having, and I love to feel the joy that I have when I'm dancing. So I want to take forward all of those things.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Very good. Well, thank you, Joan. Kathleen, did you?
Well, good morning, and
Morning.
I apologize for joining late. I can only blame what's happened this past week. Two things that have made my life more disorganized. First of all, I did report a week ago at one of the fellowships, I think, that my cell phone stopped working. And then during the week, at some point, my watch stopped working. And so between those two things, I'm very disorganized, and I didn't realize just how late it was. And I apologize because I've missed I'm sure some wonderful thoughts and sharing from all of you. I have been thinking that these are portents, if you're superstitious, that these are signs of what's happening in my life. That thing watch running down. And at my age, I'm keenly aware that time is running out. And so the thing that I want to leave behind, the thing that I want to take with me is persistence to keep on trying in spite of these portents of doom. And what I want to leave behind is procrastination, because I have put off a lot of things, and now I realize more keenly than ever since my last birthday, 92, I don't have forever to accomplish the things that I hope to accomplish. So I've got to stop procrastinating. What I would like to re-gift, I think, every day of my daughters who share with me an urge to do things, to help other people, and to work with other people to do something to save our planet and to do other things for human beings. And I'm hoping I can re-gift to my grandchildren. And now I have 2 great-grandchildren. And I think about them every day with hopes that they can work for a better future. So that's what I wanted to share.
Okay. Well, thank you, Kathleen. Wow. Well, is there anyone else that would like to participate? Or maybe we can, at this point, I will ask Martha Allen if she could give us our closing words. There we go.
As we head down this path together into the new year, may we leave behind those things that don't serve us well. Re-gift something that can be useful to someone else, and carry forward those things that give us joy. Go in peace, love, and kindness. The world needs you, and we need you. Blessed be this spiritual community.
Thank you, Martha. And before we do our love ritual and send each other off, David Lawrence has a brief stewardship message, I think.
Just a quick update on where we are in our stewardship. The good news is that we are 85% towards our goal for 2024. The bad news is we're only about 2 weeks from the end. So I'm not pressuring anyone, but we would like you to look, if you haven't, pledged or looked at things, take a moment to think of what this group means to you and what you mean to this group. And hopefully we'll reach our goals soon, and maybe even, before the New Year's Eve morning service, we'll be able to announce that we've reached our goal of 100%. So thank you.
Thank you, David. Dagmar, did you have something to add, please? Unmute.
As your treasurer, I would like to emphasize it's important that you give, truly, but we don't want you to give until it hurts. We want you to give until it feels good. But that's not what this is all about. This is not about giving right now. This is about giving us an idea what we will have the next year. So we don't ask for money right now. We ask for you to fill out the pledge form. And if your circumstances are that you cannot give it this time, just tell us that you don't give or you don't give much, and that will help us have the full picture.
Thank you, Dagmar. Good reminder. Okay, so we're going to send everybody off with love. I think a special dose of love, Joan, to your brother, Gary. And we will do our ritual. And if you want to stay around for joys and concerns, that would be awesome too. But if you need to go, go in love and peace and kindness. And thank you for sharing today. Oh my gosh.
Karen has her hand up.
Oh, yeah. Karen, go ahead.
Me now?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for waiting. Good morning to all of you. And
good morning.
I would like to carry forward the gifts and kindness that everyone in the fellowship has shown to me and spread it around. It's been wonderful, and I'm so appreciative and grateful for all the kindness shown to me and my family during our difficult time. Carrying forward, I want to carry forward into 2024 the gift of healing, not just of myself, but for the democracy of my country and healing in the world, which desperately needs it right now. Regift, I would like to send reawakening to two of my sisters, help them to see what he's really about and wake up before it's too late. That's about all for now. I just get kind of weak, so.
Karen, thank you so much, and so good to see you here with us today. All right, folks, let's send everybody off with love. I do want to say one other thing before we do. I have nothing but love and gratitude for Martha Allen, and I am sad to report she's leaving our team. She has given so much. She doesn't think so, but let me tell you, she is our voice of reason and keeps us on the straight and narrow path and offers so much. And she will be greatly, greatly missed. But she's going on to an awesome art class and project. So that's going to take up that wonderful space in her mind and heart and spirit. So we got to say goodbye to that, right? And hello to that wonderful venture. So,
but she's only leaving the planning team, not the congregation, not the fellowship.
No, not leaving the fellowship, just the planning teams, I hope. Yes. So anyway, you've been a delight, dear. Thank you so much for serving in this role. I appreciate it. All right. Stay for joys and concerns. If you got to go, we send you off with love.